do it.
I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell.
I know that right now you can't tell.
On to the tournament, boys. Let's get into it.
Back in round of 32.
We're back in the East region. Unfortunately, Trey Walker didn't make it past Najee Harris. So we got Najee Harris and Khalil Herbert. And I believe we got a fan of Khalil Herbert on the squad.
No mention of Simi Fioco, huh?
Simi
You're going to
Fioco.
call out Trey Walker, but no Simi Fioco?
Hey, man. San Jose. He had it rough, dog.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah, let's get into it. Najee Harris versus Khalil Herbert, two running backs out of Alabama and Virginia Tech. Kicking it to you, Darther.
Okay, I guess I'm ready for it. Yeah, obviously Najee going to win this one. But I love Khalil. I just enjoyed watching some of his film earlier today. And I'm not so sure about the 4-game season in 2019. He kind of came in and came out and left Kansas altogether. But I do think that Boston College game in that year was amazing to watch. If you guys ever get a chance, there was 3 running backs that had over 100 yards in that game. So A.J. Dillon, Puka Williams, and Khalil Herbert. And it was pretty cool because it was one of Les Miles' first games with KU, and it was the first time KU had beat a Power 5 school in 48 games. So it was kind of a big deal around here, man. Everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. And Herbert went off that game. And then a couple games later, he decided not to be a Jayhawk anymore. So, yeah, he went to Virginia Tech, did his last year there. Averaged over 100 rushing yards per game, and he was really explosive. He doesn't have the speed to run away with the long TDs, but he does consistently get long gains. He has a lot of good tackle breaking ability. And one thing I saw from him, he has like an evasive run style where he can find the open field instead of having the speed to run away from guys.
Yeah.
But he really sensed someone tracking him down, and he could make a move to like a guy who he couldn't see, but he could feel him and like get a extra few yards, which I thought was cool. Like a guy runs you down, and you're still like, oh, you got mirrors or something. But no, it was pretty interesting. I like his style.
Got that sixth sense.
Yeah, boy.
No, I like him too. 1,100 yards, 9 TGs. After he said rock chalk, I'm out.
Yeah.
He's short and thick, makes him hard to knock down. He's a little bit old for a rookie running back at 23 years old, but I mean, I still think he's worth a second-round pick in your rookie draft. Easy. Like, take a chance on him. Maybe third, but late second. But I like him, but obviously he doesn't lose to Harris. Like, Harris is just, like, God-tier running back at this point for this tournament. Jesus.
Yeah,
I got to forget the word for tournament. It's right in front of my face.
Yeah, he's Gonzaga, man. He's just he's running until Baylor shows up. So, Najee, you got a free path to the championship, buddy. Just look out when you get there.
Oh, shit. All right, so we got Najee Harris moving on. I did want to say, just came to mind, so we're talking about Khalil Herbert. So let's go Khalil Herbert, Kenneth Gainwell, Elijah Mitchell. Rank them.
At this point, for me, I hate doing this without landing spots, but I want to put Elijah Mitchell above Gainwell, and then Herbert's still last on that list for me all day.
Oh, wow. That's crazy because I'm super high on Mitchell, and I was about to say Gainwell, Mitchell, and then Herbert.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
But that was just like initial thoughts without any like context of where they're going. But Gainwell and Mitchell are kind of like right there to me, and then Herbert is a tier below those guys.
Yeah, so I was listing. I don't know. Now I don't know what I said, but Herbert's the last on the list.
Yeah, Herbert's last for sure. No. I had flipped Gainwell and Mitchell.
Cool.
But we both had Herbert last.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that was it.
It's hard to.
I just thought it was crazy because I'm so high on Mitchell.
Oh yeah,
and then still had Gainwell above him, which is crazy. So.
Yeah, no, actually, I mean, I really think Gainwell is not gaining well in my eyes.
Oh,
He's
it's the second time you've done that. I like it.
Lost well.
But luckily, it's probably the first time you guys are viewing us. So go back and check out that RB episode. Last question before moving on. Chris Evans, Khalil Herbert.
Herbert.
All right. There it is. I just wanted to get that out. You're so high on last week's episode of the round of 64.
Yeah, definitely not 20 minutes ago episode.
Okay. Well, hey, let's keep trucking through. You know, we got to get through this for the people. So we're going on to Trey Sermon, Ohio State running back, versus Rondale Moore. This is a pretty exciting matchup. So I'm going to kick it over to you guys. And see what you got to say.
I'll let you have this one. You
Okay.
like Sermon a lot.
Yeah, I love Sermon, and I have him winning this one. So that's going to hurt somebody's eyes. If you want to know what I think about Sermon, just watch our running back breakdown because I think he's amazing.
Plug.
I think that he did some awesome stuff in his last 8 games with Ohio State, and I think he's on the rise. And I think, I don't think he's halfway through that crescendo, man. It's going to get loud, and it's going to be awesome. And I think a lot of people are catching on, and it's cool. Rondale, you're 5'7", homie.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like him. I really love his explosiveness, his physical. He's got all the traits. He's amazing. But, he played in the slot, and he played 7 games out of the last 2 seasons while not opting out. That's just injuries. And to have that size and to only be a slot receiver and to not really have that kind of physical competition or the competition on your own team as far as Purdue goes to really have to prove yourself, I just think that he was given a lot of opportunities that he might not be able to earn through being physical through injuries at the next level. So I just really worry about his, potential.
Okay. No, I reacted very heavily, but I'm actually not that far off with you. I did pick Moore here, but I see everything you're saying. Like going into the slot for Rondale Moore, he was in the slot on 87% of his passing plays. That's an insane number. And slot guys don't translate as fantasy guys in the NFL. His average depth of target was 2.6 yards. That's super low. My things with Sermon, though, first of all, he does have that good burst score, so Daddy likes that. Ooh. But I'm worried about him being able to make people miss in the NFL just because he's not that fast, and he ran behind very good lines in college. And I'm thinking, so he got a lot of one-on-one contact where he could use his power to run over them. And I don't know, does that keep going at the next level? You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah, it keeps going.
It could, absolutely. But he can't compensate to get around guys or break away from guys with his speed. But honestly, if like AJ wants Sermon, I'm not going to fight that much because weirdly, I went into this thinking really hard for Moore, and then the more I looked into it, I was like, actually, I still want Moore to win, but I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. So,
yeah, I mean, I literally wrote, I said, so this is going to be fun, like, yeah, I like Rondale, and he's a badass. But to me,
he's
another
electric,
another thing with Rondale is that as I look more and more into the wide receivers in this class, I wonder if he's going to fall in the NFL draft and not get the draft
just
capital
of his size.
he needs.
Yeah.
Draft capital, double injury years.
Yeah.
And how many guys, we need a 5'7" slot guy on our team right now. No, nobody's saying that.
No, I'm with you. And that's, I am perfectly fine moving Sermon ahead, to be honest.
As far as I think we're good with Sermon here, and my view on it is I'd much rather have Sermon at like a 2.5, 2.7 versus a
2.4.
Rondale Moore or 2.4. Okay, so foreshadowing, Dan here has a 2.4. But I mean, I'd much rather think
Then
I'd have
Rondale at like a
1.5,
110.
1.6, 1.7.
Well,
I mean,
oof.
oh shit, sorry.
You're
Well, I mean,
Damn.
talking the 111.
Yeah, like 110, 111.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're based
I
like
gotta
this is your coin flip with Kenny Gainwell. In your rookie drafts at the end of the.
But then again, if he falls in the NFL draft and you can get him in like the late second because people freak out on him, I mean, I'd be pretty happy.
I would definitely take him there, but honestly,
Don't make me
so
name
hyped.
10 wide receivers I'd rather draft over him because
Frank
I
Darby.
no,
and
absolutely.
it's not my boys. This is like legit.
No. I was about to say, honestly, like, it kind of goes into the positional value and the, like, okay, does a 5 or 7 receiver translate to the NFL? Or does a good sized running back who maybe doesn't have the production but is on the upswing possibly?
With the pedigree.
Yeah, like.
First score. Yeah, we got it. All right, so Trey Sermon. With the
that was an
upset.
upset for me. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, who knows, man? Ohio State. Who would have
But that was
thought
definitely
that's what
one that-
Daniel wanted?
Yeah.
If you a Buckeye, you get advanced.
Okay, so this is a little interesting because we had a disagreement with Dyami Brown and Seth Williams, and you voted.
America voted.
America voted. It was a
asked
tie,
around.
0-0.
Around. I think it's got to be Dyami Brown here. I'm sorry. Do you want to maybe say your piece about Seth Williams again, or
Yeah, I can talk about. Well, actually,
dudes Daniels in too?
I like Seth Williams. I'd say just trust me enough to watch the film on him. I'm not going to dig through Seth Williams again. I'm just going to move straight to Johnathan Adams because I think he gets the L here, and that's okay. I have him winning. I'm sorry.
But you think overall he gets the L?
Oh, against Dyami at the round of 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I was confused. I was like, well, I thought you were going to fight super hard for Adams.
Yeah, I will fight for him.
That's fair.
But I'm not. I don't want to bog down on this matchup because we're like at this point we're stacking this. What is whoever's about to lose to Cade Johnson? You know what I mean? No, I'm just joking. Actually, this is a nice section of the bracket. So why don't we?
Yeah, I thought the left side was way more close than the
Yeah.
right side. Anyway, we can get into that later. Sorry.
So I'll give you Dyami. Damn, am I doing an AJ right now?
He's going to be number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Dyami
Holy
Brown.
balls.
He's not going to be the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
1 overall.
Dude,
He's on the left wing. He's on the
3,000 yards,
He's on the left wing.
35 touchdowns.
He's on the left wing. As a soccer player, he's always playing the left wing. This is getting ridiculous.
Maybe he's like a Zoolander. He can only turn a certain way. Like, he's like, run the out. Like, I can't.
So, I mean, if you look at him, he's under 200 pounds and runs a 4.5 and really middle of the road on all of his metrics. And I like my tall, heavy guys that are
We're talking
just
Johnathan
as
Adams,
fast.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Johnathan Adams. He's at 6'2", 214. And this is interesting. A lot of people's height and weight went down at the pro day as if they were inflated, but his height and his weight both had gone up. So, I mean, that's cool. He's not hiding anything, and you can tell on the field. But he also did a 10-rep bench and 32 on the vert. So that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So are we saying Dyami Brown's taking the dub here?
Yeah, I don't want to. Like I said, I just don't want to draw it out. This is the kind of thing where I could talk for the rest of the evening.
You'll have your time.
Well, then I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to just load on it. I do like Adams. For the record, he had 23 contested catches that he caught in 2020, which by far led the league. He's a physical bully of a wide receiver, but also he played in the Sun Belt Conference. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He can bully a lot of people down there. And
Well, not really, but I like the highlight reel catches, man.
Yeah, no, and he has a lot of those. I just don't know. I don't know. And I was prepared to fight a lot harder on this, so we're moving on.
I know. I don't know why
fast.
I laid down.
But yeah, he mosses a lot of people. But like, is that where we're at in the NFL? I feel like that age is kind of gone. Like, I don't think he has the quickness or the speed to get open other than doing that. And when you have more physical corners in the NFL, I think it might be a problem for him. But I do like him. I don't hate him. I just like Brown more.
No.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
I'm with you. With Brown, I just see so many of that, like skinny, tall guy.
No,
And
that's fair.
when I look at Johnathan Adams, I'm like, could this guy grow into a Mike Evans? Because he's a dynamic playmaker. He gets the contested catches. He is physical. He's big. He's fast. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a guy who looks like 20 other guys, but it's shown that he's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for the guy who doesn't look like the rest of these guys,
But does something different.
but can play strong. And that's why I like him.
I'll eat crow on this one if it has to happen. I do think Brown seems... my thing with Brown is he seems like purely a deep threat. That's all he did because that's all he needed to be doing in college. But I think he does have the quickness and he has the cuts. He could do other things. That's just not what they wanted him to do. And so that's kind of where I was at with him. As I think, and I could just be fucking wrong. Like, I could just be dumb.
I agree
and
with
be
you.
wrong. Like,
Well, you
so-
look at a team with Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, and Daz.
Yeah,
Newsome.
you didn't need him. You needed him to
Right.
play that role.
You do this every time, and it's going to work out.
Yeah.
It's always going to be an option.
Yeah.
Because we have two of the best running backs in college football, and they're not looking at you.
Yeah.
So you just keep going. In one of these plays, we're going to run a draw, and you're going to get
and you're gonna
a
crush
touchdown,
it.
100%.
All right, so are we going Dyami Brown on this? I feel like.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, who do you want to lose to Jaylen Waddle?
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Oh man.
Doesn't even.
But I will say I do like Adams.
I like all
Hey,
these guys.
If it's coming from the wide receiver guru, I'm paying attention. Now,
I'm just saying,
on,
do me a favor and Seth Williams and Johnathan Adams. If you are watching this, then spend the 4 minutes a pop and watch one of their games because it's pretty good. But don't watch Seth Williams versus J.C. Horn. Okay, listen to me. Don't watch that.
Oh gosh. Well, so he can't hack it in the NFL level. Moving on, Cade Johnson, the Jackrabbit versus Jaylen Waddle. I think everyone already said it.
Oh, for sure. But I think
But let's
this
talk
is
about,
one of his guys.
Let's talk about Cade Johnson. I love Cade.
I like him a lot too, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I like his moves. Like, you see guys with moves at the line of scrimmage. You see guys with moves to get open at the end of a route when they know the ball's coming their way. But he has the ability to move through the intermediate section of a route that just gives him so much separation. It's beautiful, man. I mean, he's a tiny little dude.
Yeah, he's a little dude,
But he's not Tutu, He's two at Tutu. So, you stack two twos on Tutu, and you got a little Cade Johnson, man. He's not disappointing as far as his explosiveness. It is there. He, 18 on the bench. He's a strong guy. He's just not big. I would have liked to see him faster.
Yeah.
So he is 6 foot 184 and clocked right at the 4.5 pretty much.
Yeah.
But I like him a lot. His 3-cone is 6.87, so he's got the agility. He's pretty quick. We've all seen what he can do at this point, and I'm excited. And the return game, he's going to be on the field. He's going to catch opportunities.
Yeah. And going into your thing about him making kind of the weirder or like just interesting moves, he's had 32 broken tackles in the last 2 years, which is pretty impressive. So, no, I like him a lot too, but obviously Jaylen Waddle is Jaylen Waddle. He's just who he is. But no, Cade Johnson, another guy, broken record over here. Look for him late. Look for him and try to get him on your roster just to see what happens with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about us not covering quarterbacks in this, and we're talking about 32 guys, like you add in 4 quarterbacks, and you got a 3-round rookie draft right here. You know what I mean?
100%.
So all these guys mean something. 100%.
I said it. 100%.
100%.
No,
all right, guys, that wraps up
with
the East. So going in the Sweet 16, we got Najee Harris, Trey Sermon, 2 running backs matching up, and then Dyami Brown and Jaylen Waddle down below, 2 receivers. I like that side of the bracket. So let's move on down to the North. And is that lining up? Oh, boy. Well, let's talk Kyle Pitts versus Austin Watkins Jr., who just had his pro day.
I got this one.
Sammy Watkins' cousin. Let's go.
Kyle Pitts is a better wide receiver than Austin Watkins. Therefore, he wins.
All right, so moving on.
Kyle Pitts is a better wide receiver than Calvin Ridley.
Kyle Pitts is a freak of nature that no one can stand up to. As much as I know you fought for Watkins on the last episode, or not the last episode, but the episode before, it just it's not even worth getting into. Kyle Pitts shits all over him.
I mean, I got to talk about him because AJ loves him, and he's 6'3", 210, and runs a 4.35 without the adjustment, so we'll call that a 4.4 40. And I like it. I like it because he uses his speed and his reach in a combination that gives him a lot of clean catches. Obviously, that translated into a 19.2 yards per catch in 2019. I'm trying to get you to picture him with the actual quarterback. I don't know if you
that would help.
Watched a lot of the Birmingham quarterback play.
No, I just watched Watkins tapes.
It was not great, but he wasn't great after the catch. But it is what it is. Kyle Pitts is.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
I think it's safe to say Kyle Pitts moves on there. So let's go on to Demetric Felton, running
much more interesting
for UCLA Bruins versus Elijah Moore, Ole Miss receiver. Take it away.
Oh, this is hilarious. I got Elijah Moore winning this one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, easy.
So
yeah, it's not.
So I really don't think we need to talk about Elijah Moore. I think we're going to hear more about him in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know we both like Demetric Felton.
It's crazy because I liked him a lot more, and he's another guy I'm falling on pretty hard. His pro day soured me a lot. Waiting at 189, so now he's in that sub 200 running back range, which I don't love. If he ends up being a wide receiver, I don't mind it as much. 4.6 40 at his size, that's pretty disappointing. His burst, agility, and speed score are all below the 10th percentile. It's just not great. I didn't really like anything that he put out at his pro day. And then obviously we're not talking about Moore, but Moore kind of crushed it at his. So I did like Felton. I still love his versatility. I still love his shiftiness as a runner, but his athleticism didn't show up as much as I wanted it to during his pro days. Yeah.
I like watching his film. I really thought that game against Arizona State was pretty awesome to watch, but I don't have anything to add.
I mean, you liked it because you got to watch a little Frank Darby on the other side, or what?
I don't know what my problem with the Sun Devils is.
Brandon Ayuk.
Eno Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hashtag Eno Benjamin. 7th round pick. Hashtag dark horse next year. So next round, I think... what are we doing here?
I owe everyone an apology. That's what we're doing here.
So is this like a? I feel like this is a tomato. Oh, let me finish and then I'll
go ahead.
Yeah, see if
I was going to say, is this like a Terry versus Jefferson, like maybe there's like a foul at the buzzer that wasn't called.
His foot was on the line.
His foot was on the line.
I think it was the ref had stock in Jefferson and then got caught, I think is what happened. So I don't even think it was that close. And people were trying to cheat for Jefferson, and that person was me.
Oh my goodness. So
last week we had Tamarion Terry versus Jermar Jefferson, and this was before Jefferson's pro day numbers were official. And Jermar Jefferson's pro day was not good. He ran a 4.65 40. He only had 13 reps on the bench. He didn't have a great broad or vertical jump and scored in the 14th percentile in that burst score that you guys know I like. And I was on the fence about Jefferson and Terry anyway. And now after this pro day, I have to just reel it back, realized I kind of liked a guy from a small school, a school that accepted me to go there. So maybe that had something to do with it. But I fucked up.
that should have been your red flag right there.
I messed up. Terry should have won this going away. I concede to you. Also, Terry loses to Michael Carter easy.
Yeah, Michael Carter victory. Yeah, Terry's awesome. A touchdown for every 15 catches. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Jermar Jefferson, he's got good vision, and he's, he has a nice first step.
Yeah.
But apparently the steps after that are suspect.
Are not very good. I can take an L. I'll take an L. That's fine.
So then
I can do it with a plum.
Let me scroll. I was in my 64s. Let me get my 32s real quick. Yep. It's the same shit. I had big hopes for Jermar. Athleticism, yeah, he sucks, but it's all good.
Can't block. Man, I'm not the analyst.
Hey, we're all going to miss on some guys. That was one of mine.
Yeah, man. I mean, the D line is like a sticky trap to him.
Yeah.
So we're going to round out the North. Also, why is the North on the bottom? Anyway.
It's the Australian map.
It's the other hemisphere. Doesn't matter.
North for Australia is still north?
No. Well, it's at the bottom.
It's not.
Australian maps? I know a guy in the railroad industry,
north.
and Australia is up top, and the north is down on their maps. Yeah. Check it out, man.
Okay.
South up
That's
map orientation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and insert. Let's see. There you go.
What is this?
That's how they look at a map in Australia, where north is at the bottom. And that's an Austin Watkins win. No, I'm just joking.
Leave the struggle. Keep the struggle.
I mean, it's educational. Go ahead, ringside announcer.
Let's do Nico Collins and Rashad Bateman, Big Ten matchup. Kick it over to you guys.
All right. I mean, I got a lot to say about Collins because he loses.
I like Collins a lot. He's becoming more and more interesting to me as we do more research about these guys. Receiver class where a lot of them are under 200 pounds but still are super sick. It's nice to see a guy he's 218 or whatever he's at, and he's had good production. I think he can be a steal for you. He's rising up my boards, but, I mean, he doesn't match Bateman's route running or overall polish, in my opinion. But I do like Collins a lot.
Yeah, I really like him. He's 6'4", 215 is what I got, and he's right there at the 4.5. But when you watch him, he doesn't look like a big wide receiver. He looks like a normal size guy, but then he gets to a defender and he's a big guy again, or he needs to use his size to make a catch and he's a big guy again. But you see the quick feet at the line of scrimmage, and you see the speed and agility throughout his play, and I think it's pretty impressive. So, yep. I mean, sometimes he got his rough working as well. I watched the game with the Patrick Surtain against him, and it was 4 catches for 48 yards, and it was a long day for him. So if you are talking about Patrick Surtain as like a average cornerback in the NFL, then that might, it might start to affect him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the physicality at the line like he did at the catch point. So I do worry. It seems like he's trying to rely on his speed a little more than he should.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm with you. I do like Collins as a prospect for sure. But I mean, yeah, I think this was an easy matchup.
Definitely.
Bateman going ahead.
Winner.
Well, there we go. Rashad Bateman. Looks like Michigan can't catch a break in this tournament.
Yeah.
So
have a better team.
Yeah, maybe use your skilled players better.
Maybe don't use that NFL coach you got or anything,
I heard his brother's pretty cool.
All right, I guess let's go up to the West. Is that on the right side? I don't know. Are we in Australia?
That's
apparently I don't know anything. So
neither do Australians.
Geography.
Is what I've
Jesus
I've
Christ.
learned.
Oh,
So we're gonna line it
man.
up here. Devonta Smith
Yep.
versus the boy Elijah
God.
Mitchell.
Poor Elijah Mitchell.
How's this happen,
That's a sad day. It's a sad
He made
day.
the bracket.
If you'd put him in the East bracket in the bottom, man, could have. Nah, he would have lost to. He would have lost to Waddle. But yeah, I mean, this is the time for the victory lap, man. Talk Elijah because he takes the L.
I've talked enough. We did it on the running back episode. I did it on the last episode. I love Elijah Mitchell. He blew up in his pro day. He is his prospect to watch. He is moving up everybody's draft board, and he should be moving up yours. But obviously, he's losing to the Heisman Trophy winner, Devonta Smith. Like it's a silly even thing to talk about, but just go back, listen to the last 3 episodes I've had. I love Elijah Mitchell. That's all you need to know. Go watch his tape. Go read his numbers. He's going to be somebody, but he's not going to be Devonta Smith.
Yeah. No. Versatility, passing work, 6.2 yard average on his carries. Obviously, the Sun Belt isn't a Power 5 conference, but he turned that defensive cabbage into a sauerkraut, just shredded and brined it. So it's amazing, man. I got him as a top 7 running back in this class. And if you were talking as far as 3 down back, he's in my top 4.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, I think you can definitely take a 3 down back role, and people will be surprised. People that aren't listening to our podcast will be surprised.
Yeah.
Unless you're down in Lafayette, then you already know.
Should be the official the man of RDR podcast, because you'd be surprised if you watch some of our content too.
Hell yeah. You don't know which way's north when you're done with us.
Jesus.
See, now I'm going to have to leave it in there because people are going to be like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Just to recap, north is south in Australia, east is west, and
Apparently you can just do whatever you want with maps. That's what I found out.
Another thing you should know is that arbitrarily putting directions on brackets is not the way to do it. Put a little thought into it. Be considerate of other people's orientations.
yeah, I guess I just realized they're the regions,
Well,
so I guess they
honestly,
don't.
I think
the
you did
direction
it-
on the
I
bracket.
think you did it right for the Australian map. So
I know.
there you go. You're just we have a very thick Australian viewership, and we're just
Yeah.
going after them.
It would not take much to get 50% Australian viewership.
Yep. Hey, welcome to Rough Draft Research, fantasy rugby football, right? Rugby podcast. I don't know. Let's go on to some more running backs. Let's go Rhamondre, Stevenson, Oklahoma, and Kenneth Gainwell. So, obviously, 2 running backs. Let's kick it over to you guys.
Okay.
I hate Stevenson. I really don't like him. I think the only reason he made it out of the first round is because he was against Tutu Atwell, who weighed in 10 pounds less than he was supposed to, and already was underweight. I don't like him. He's slow. I don't think his game is going to translate. I think he might be able to play like a goal line role, like a worse Brandon Jacobs. I'm not into him at all, and Kenny Gainwell might be the best catching back in this draft. So,
Kylan Hill, bro.
Michael Carter, but
I mean, I said might, all right?
no, you're good, dude.
He's up there.
So basically, I'm saying what you're saying as far as Stevenson loses. He's not fast. He's a lot lighter than his college profile said he was. I thought that his pro day was pretty decent considering his size. You know, if you're looking at the broad jump and whatnot, but yeah, he's not quick. He's not gonna win. But you know, I'm not gonna shit on him. I think he's all right.
Well, going into his pro day, I need to find it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so he ran a not very fast 40 and
It's like 4.6.
a 4.6. Yeah, a 4.64. And of running backs the same size as him, the only one that like has been in the top 24 over the last 4 years that ran similar was David Montgomery, and he still ran faster than him. But he's in the same class as Johnathan Taylor, as Nick Chubb, like these kind of people that are his same size, and all of them were way faster than him, which gives them another element to use that weight with that speed. And he just doesn't have it. He's like in a Carlos Hyde type body, and he made it once, and that was in an off year, in my opinion.
So, yeah, I think it's pretty fair. Kenny Gainwell. I love Rhamondre Stevenson. I know he's slow, but I think he's smart. I think he's technically sound. I think he can earn a role because he does all the right things.
Yeah. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I want all these guys
maybe
to do
not
great,
going to be productive in the fantasy world, but
yeah. I think he has a role. He
all
has
right,
a
I'm
role
in the third
to play.
round. I'm looking. I'm stretching it now.
He has a role to play in the NFL. It's just not a fantasy role.
No, I can agree with that.
Man, I think I got my old stats all messed up. Yeah, his pro day numbers were garbage. Less aside from weight, it's less than 20% pretty much across the board, except for the 3 cone. So it's bad. My bad.
It's all good. Gainwell won regardless.
Yeah, my sort feature got all sorted.
Gainwell takes the cake. So let's move down to Terrace Marshall Jr., the 3 seed, versus Josh Immatorbhebhe.
Yeah.
Wide receiver guru, what you think?
Yeah, Guru. Let's hear it.
Obviously, Marshall wins this.
Yeah.
I mean, so I love Josh Immatorbhebhe quite a bit. I think we talked about him a little bit in the past. You know, started out at USC, went to Illinois. Production pretty quick out of the gate. He breaking records with the vertical jump. The production was limited. So I don't think. I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where someone's going to have to really believe in him if they draft him in the NFL, because he could easily just kind of be like, oh, man, do you remember that guy who made this vertical jump not the best one ever? Because no one's going to. They're going to be like, this is the second best ever after, I don't know, the Illini had a guy named Immatorbhebhe. It's like, that's it. So anyway, I got not too much to say about him.
No, I'm 100% with you. I mean, it's a classic matchup of production and polish versus pure athleticism, which I do think Immatorbhebhe has more athleticism overall than Terrace Marshall. But that only takes you so far. Terrace Marshall has proved that he can be in a good system, put up good numbers, and like you're taking a flyer on Immatorbhebhe, whereas to Marshall, you're like, oh no, this guy is going to be a producer in the NFL.
For sure.
It's easy to me.
Yeah, I thought that Immatorbhebhe, a lot of his catches were like floaters, where like he didn't really have to time it very well.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Like they weren't dimes, not the kind of passes that an NFL quarterback's going to be throwing him.
Yeah. And
I don't know if his adjustment to the ball is good enough to translate. So
that's fair.
Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that in there.
There you go. Terrace Marshall Jr. with the dub. Moving on to the bottom side. Moving on to the north side of the bracket here. Sorry, I'm going to stop. Kadarius, Toney, and Javonte Williams. This should be interesting. So, kick it over to you guys.
This Javonte Williams, to me, he's like the second or third best running back, easy in the draft this year. And Toney, I know you don't see him as a gadget player. I kind of do, but I still don't think even you would say you would take him over Javonte Williams, right?
Yeah, so I literally said, like, this feels like the Elijah Mitchell versus Devonta Smith in reverse.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, you know, I wanted to take Elijah Mitchell in that one, but I couldn't. And I want to take Kadarius Toney here, but I can't.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, he's explosive. You know, he had Pitts on his team, and he was able to really compete in 2020. The production wasn't there in the first couple of years, but he did have 10 touchdowns with Kyle Pitts on his team. And that, to me, means something.
No, it absolutely does.
And so 1,000 yards, and I don't know if you guys have been listening to people talk about him. They really like him, and I keep saying this, but him and Terry, I've been watching since in season because those guys really jumped out to me. But his route running is good, and his football IQ is very high. He did play quarterback in high school and is he's transitioning into a wide receiver. So a lot of people are saying that kind of attributes the lack of production, but I think he's amazing. I think his routes are good. I don't know. I don't really think he's going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL, but apparently America does. So I'm super excited to see what happens to him, because if you think about the first round, he's not going to be one of the top 3.
Yeah.
Probably not the top 4.
Yep.
Now you're getting into the realm of, like, Green Bay's right there. Kansas City's right there. Like, I mean, hopefully Kansas City learned something last year about taking skill position players in the first round. But anyway.
Yeah, I think Toney could benefit a lot from where he ends up going, for sure. I would just echo everything you said about him, to be honest. So
I love that. Love being right.
Oh, must feel nice. Javonte Williams moves on to the Sweet 16. So now let's move it on down to the South region. We got Ja'Marr Chase versus Amari Rodgers.
Go ahead, man.
Love Amari Rodgers. I like his versatility, but Ja'Marr Chase is like the best wide receiver in this class, in my opinion.
It's not a lot of Cinderella stories in this bracket, if you guys can't tell.
I mean, like, what are you going to do? You're going to take the guy that might be good because he can feature as a possible, like, kind of role, or you're going to take the guy that put up 1,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, and then also just crushed and gotten the 80th percentile in every section of his pro day. It's Ja'Marr Chase. Like,
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not going to be able to touch him in the rookie draft.
No, I won't even get close.
Like, you're not going to be able to touch. If you are getting Ja'Marr Chase, then you're probably still licking your wounds from last year's ass beating, or still hoisting that trade of the year trophy because you're holding the 1.03.
And honestly, man, if I'm like decent at the running back position, I might take Chase over some of these running backs. Like, I think he's that good of a prospect.
If I had the 101, I would take him for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Johnathan Taylor and Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
But Ja'Marr Chase is something, that's like you put it on the wall and you don't even have to explain it to people. They walk in and they're like, "Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I got you.
All right. Yep. Was that 12-point buck, Yeah. Got that in Australia.
Yeah.
I was facing south.
Yeah. Perfect.
He came up from in front of me, the north. Ah, shit.
All right. Moving on. We got Jamar Chase moving on to Sweet 16. Okay, boys, don't let me down here. Don't let me down. We got Tylan Wallace. Who's that? Versus Kylan Hill. Kick it over to you guys.
This is a tough one for me. I like Wallace's production. Obviously, I said it in the last episode. 100 yards per game average. But I think I like them both so much that they kind of go into similar to what I did with Terry and Jermar Jefferson, where it was like the positional value thing. And there, I think Hill wins. I think Hill wins there. I think he wins. Wallace is a fun prospect. He's had a lot of production, but Hill feeds into that thing that a lot of people need because not that many people have running backs, you know? And I think they're pretty even as prospects.
Yeah, I'm going Hill, right? He's Tylan Wallace is getting speed bump round 2 for me. You know, I even had Hill over Darby for what it's worth. But I look at 63 catches in 27 games. You know, even this 2020 profile, it's a short sample size, but it was 23 catches versus 15 touches. So what we're looking at is that pass catching back that's explosive and can run, and he really profiles as a 3-down back, in my opinion, but he really highlights as a pass catching back. And you have a guy like that, and you start to become dangerous.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
You're looking at your cheat code, your like potential first round redraft guys, your Antonio Gibson style dudes.
Jones style.
I didn't want to give him that. I was going to say the whole.
I don't think Hill
like
is
Kamara,
that,
Kamara,
but
Kamara.
it's kind of like that era. Like in that area, you know.
Exactly, man.
But I'm with you. So yeah, Hill should definitely move on here.
Definitely. I don't know what I keep doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to pull up some just to make sure I wasn't crazy. So, yeah, he was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school. The 40 time could have been better, but he has decent numbers across the board. And, 214 at 5'10", like that's a
Perfect
powerhouse.
Size. Yeah, perfect size.
I like him a lot.
No, I do too.
You going to let him have the victory?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whew. I thought it was like,
yeah.
Forget Tylan, man. I mean, I like him, and I know people are going to throw shade on me.
I'm with you. Whoever won between Darby and Wallace, Hill was going to take it regardless.
Okay, cool. But I'm with
Let's
you.
go, boys. I love what you just did there.
Uphill all 3 ways.
I can't wait till he defeats Jamar Chase because that guy's a scrub. Positional value, man. That's what we're talking about. RBs all day. So let's round it out here. We got Chuba Hubbard against...
These next two are super easy.
St. Brown? What? Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Easy. St. Brown arguably wouldn't have made it out of the first round against most of the other prospects.
Yeah.
So Chuba being a guy who has a lot of boom potential, it's Hubbard all day long. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've said my piece about Amon-Ra St. Brown. First of all, you're not 6'1", you're 5'11".
Yep.
So are you kidding me? I can't close the door on this guy fast enough.
Yeah.
That's what happened every time he met a girl on Tinder, too. I think they're like, what?
Up on Tinder, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy that he's kind of getting minimized. He's all right. He plays in a way that I think sacrifices yards. I think he plays too safe. I think he undercuts his routes to get the space to catch the ball. And I think that if he had a little harder coverage, not so soft off the ball, that he pretty much is a non-issue.
Non-factor.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
I'm with you.
Factor. Chuba Hubbard takes the dub. So the next one, Pat Fryer month. Can we just get him out of here so I can stop?
Yeah, Fryer month.
Yeah, well, it's over. It's
Yes.
over. Sorry, Travis Etienne.
Wait, how do you say? What's the pronunciation of that, Daniel?
Etienne.
Etienne. Oh,
Are you not gonna get your accent on there?
Etienne. He's from Shreveport, isn't he? He's a good dude from Louisiana, but
Yeah. I mean, I do like Freiermuth a lot. I am a big proponent of the tight end kind of positional advantage if you have a really good tight end, and then you also have like decent players on the rest of your roster. But I mean, you're talking about getting the either one or two best running back in this draft, and so it's Etienne. Like I thought you
talked about Kylan Hill again.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do like Freiermuth. He had a touchdown for every 50 or so yards.
Yeah,
like that speaks
really
to
good.
his red zone usage, and I think that he's going to be pretty awesome. You don't see a lot of these tight ends having a strong blend of inline or slot usage. It's usually one or the other, and he does have a good blend of both. So. I think it's going to do a lot of great stuff. I don't think this is an amazing tight end class after yours truly, but yeah, Travis Etienne is moving on to the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16, yeah.
That's
Which
what
will
an
be in the
upset!
Central.
What a surprise!
Oh my gosh.
Whew. We're doing the Sweet 16 on the equator, so the directional orientation does not really matter. The prime meridian.
It's all good.
I lived 6 degrees south of the equator for a year and a half.
There you go.
We did not change our maps.
Perfect. Well, hey guys, that is the round of 32. We got the Sweet 16 set, and we will bring that at you tomorrow or next week.
Next week.
Tomorrow.
Damn, you gotta let me know.
Damn.
I gotta clear up some plans.
Apparently that shit just happens.
I mean, we can
Party
go
tomorrow.
straight to the championship if you want.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, thanks again for watching or listening or whatever. Maybe
Ignoring.
maybe this is 2026 and you're coming back just to see how right we were, and we appreciate that.
Always right.
So Johnathan Adams was a wide receiver 1 for 2 years in a row or something. I don't know.
Kansas City round 3. Johnathan Adams.
There we go.
That would be unstoppable.
Hey, so can we just get a shout out to the jersey on the wall?
Yeah, man.
Terry.
Yeah.
I don't know which of the letters are supposed to be capitalized when I look at this jersey.
Yep. It was definitely made. It's missing something on it though. What is that?
It's the words number 1 wide receiver 2021. So it's pretty much branded on all of his jerseys.
I can't catch a break. Go ahead. Goodbye. I'm looking.
So wrap this shit up.